Hey guys, we are here with Erin, the
Hello.
lovely, lovely Luna, and I'm so excited that she wanted to talk with me for Werewolf Week, or actually, this is week part two that we're on now. But so excited. You have become like the female powerhouse Luna of the space this last year. And it
Oh
has
my God.
been so fun to watch your verticals and watch you just dive into this role and just own it like the she-wolf that you are. Like it has been so fun. So I'm so excited to talk about your journey in the werewolf dumb.
No, thank you so much for having me. I love that a werewolf thing is happening for this week. This is so much fun. And yeah, I feel like I started my vertical journey in werewolf land. So it's so
You
fun to be
did.
chatting about it and circling back.
You did. And so we all obviously know you as Cayman's kind of counterpoint, as his Luna. And I hate the term, I mean, okay, I don't hate the term Luna because I recognize in werewolf lore there is a Luna. But like I kind of consider you like the an alpha too. Like
I will take it. Alpha
yeah,
Aaron. That's
you're your
actually
alpha Aaron. I love it. That's perfect.
it's
Alpha
gonna be
Aaron.
my new Instagram handle for
Oh my
sure.
goodness. Inspiration right here. I love it. No, and so but yes, so you have been in some great hits like the Unwanted True Mate was a smash. I mean, like that started you and Cayman on a completely different trajectory in the space, even not just in Werewolf, but I mean, that is still like one of the number ones on Drama Box, like all the time.
It's wild.
I
Absolutely
know.
wild. I know I got so lucky because that was my first vertical ever.
I
And
know.
for it to pop off the way it did, I'm truly so grateful for
Yeah.
everyone who has ever watched it.
So this is a random question, and we didn't talk about like what do you think resonates about Unwanted Mate? Like what do you think it is about that one that like really speaks to people?
It's still one of my favorites that I've done. I think like this trope of like enemies to lovers, but it's in such like a kind of cute, fun way. It's not
Oh,
anything super intense or anything. Like
yes.
it's so much about the relationship, even though all this like werewolf stuff is going on. It's a very
Yeah.
sweet love story at the end of the day. And I think that
Yes.
mixed with, some werewolf magic, just
Right? It does. It
yeah.
just it just hits. It really sparks. And it kind of isn't like anything. It's not like a brand new werewolf vertical. It's not like you guys rewrote lore or did anything really
Right.
like different in this space. But I really think it speaks to you and Cayman's chemistry, first of all, because Cayman does such a good job. He does such a his roles aren't comedic, but how does he still infiltrate, like how does he still infiltrate his roles with a little bit of comedic timing?
He's
No
so good at
matter
that.
no matter what role he's in, he like does that so well. And you play off that so well because you play such a strong character and him bouncing off that is like it's just beautiful. You guys like connect so well that way. So
Yeah, it's so crazy because we're coming up on like a year almost from filming that. We
yeah.
filmed that around last Christmas, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy that we've only known each other for a year.
Yeah.
And then thinking back on that, I'm like, we were literally strangers going into that
Yeah.
project, which is so
Yeah.
funny.
Literally strangers and he's literally like a foot and 4 inches taller than you.
So much. I remember meeting him at the fitting and being like, nice to meet you.
He picks you up and throws you over his shoulder. No, I mean like literally like he is like 3 times your size. Like, but it works. It works so well. You guys you can't you fit so well together. Like it and you just
Yeah,
I mean, how lucky for you to find that match in chemistry and in
we
and and just in how you play off each other. It's like so perfect.
we
Yeah.
got so lucky. I feel like
Yeah.
he's become such a close human in my
I
life
know
and a
you
creative
guys.
partner. And, I
Yeah.
love working with him. And, it's just, yeah, truly
Yeah.
stars aligned for that
It was
project for
like
sure.
kismet, right? It was like
Yeah.
kismet. Like you really did like you're supposed to be here and Cayman is your person. You know what I mean? And it just was like very apparent from day one. And I love
Yes.
that. I
We
love
always have
that.
the best time shooting
I'm
together.
I'm sure. I mean, we can tell. Like you guys share your behind the scenes and then you do your lives and they're so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so first time you read a werewolf script. what were the thoughts? Were you familiar with werewolf lore? Because it is in book talk everywhere, like the Alpha, the Luna, like my sister knows about it because she reads those romantasy novels. But were you familiar with it at all?
I was a little familiar. I mean, this was
Okay.
the first like werewolf like kind of book talky vertical script I'd read was Unwanted. But I grew up watching like Vampire Diaries and
Yes.
those kind of like high fantasy like shows. I read Twilight. I was obsessed with Twilight. So, I think like the inner child in me was like, "Oh my God, it'd be so fun to be in something like that." And I'm like such a fantasy reader myself. Not so much in Werewolf Land yet, but like I've read all those like fairy books like ACOTAR and Throne of
Hmm.
Glass, and I was kind of like in the Sarah J. Maas world when I got that script, so it was really exciting.
Well, that's perfect, right? And sometimes I like to think of you guys like so I have three boys, who
Mhm.
are now older, but when they were young, I mean, to play a werewolf would be a dream.
Right?
To like get down on all, I mean, not that you guys do this, but like get down on all fours and like howl and growl. I mean, that's like little kid stuff. And like who wouldn't
Yeah.
want to go to set and do that?
Right? It's so fun. I will say I had not ever heard of a Luna before I entered Vertical Land. I was like, what is a Luna? And then, I mean, obviously it's like a huge trope and important plot in all of the, the werewolf verticals, but yeah, that was new.
Yeah, I believe it. And then like the fated mate and the moon goddess and
The moon
the
goddess.
moon.
There's always the moon goddess. Of
Oh, my
course.
moon goddess. I love it when that's only been in a couple verticals, but when that's written into the script, it's like one of my favorite things. When the female lead will be like, "Oh, my moon goddess," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, that was fabulous." Like I loved that.
I feel like it's been in like every werewolf one I've been in where I'm
Has
like
it?
always like praying to the moon goddess or
Yes.
chatting with her, whatever
Yes.
it is.
Like, "Oh, please, moon goddess, please give me my wolf."
Yes, yes, exactly.
Please, I need my wolf.
I need
Like,
it back. Yeah,
find me my fated mate. Yes. I love it
always.
so much. I love it. Yeah, I just love the idea of you guys getting to play like that, and lean into it. And have you ever been able to growl or howl on set? Or is that all came in?
Once.
Okay.
So in I always get the names like just all intertwined. A Vampire in the Alpha's Den, there we
Yes.
go. At the end when we become, well, spoiler alert, but it's okay.
Oh,
Well,
it's
at the end
fine.
when we
It's fine.
become like our hybrid werewolf vampire
Yes.
selves, there is a moment where I growl, and it was so crazy because I'd never had to growl before on
Yeah.
set. And Cayman makes it look so easy. I did it like 3 times, and I was like, my voice is gone. I don't know how he's doing this all day, every
I
day,
know.
and totally fine. But I was not well. I was not well.
I believe it. I interviewed with Cayman for this week too, and we
Right.
talked about that. He's like, I don't know, it hits the register of his voice just right that it doesn't affect his voice. It's like
Yeah.
there deep inside already, so it doesn't hurt. But then I remember I talked to you've probably never met Anna Green, but I love her so much.
I
She
think
comes
so.
in and out of this space. She's done like three verticals.
Oh, amazing.
But she's amazing and she's played two alpha roles. So she's a female alpha,
Oh.
which she's a
Oh, that's
kick-ass,
really
like super
cool.
empowering.
Yeah.
And she has had to growl a couple times and it like hurts her throat. And so she asks them to add it as a sound as a sound effect. Yeah,
Interesting.
because
Yeah,
it's
I feel
just
like I did it a few times and was like, I don't know if I can do
yeah,
that anymore. My voice is
yeah,
shot. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so like I know like and then I was talking to another actor. This wasn't in my interview, and he had to whisper a lot, and that was really hard on his voice too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anytime you're like screaming or just altering your voice in any way, it
yeah,
definitely, your
like
body's just like, what is happening? This is not our usual state
yeah,
of being.
yeah. So you did get to growl once. I'm happy about that. I've seen some werewolf ones where they howl, like if they're like either celebration or like the battle cry,
That's so
you know.
funny.
And I think that's so fun. Like I just love you guys like the idea of all of you playing that, like not children, but like being able to act that way and explore
Yeah.
your craft in that way.
It's all fun, it's all play, and it's so much fun to
I
get to do
love
those
it. I
things.
love it. Do you ever do you I'm trying to remember. So, do you ever get to talk to your wolf in yours? Okay.
Yes, I feel like I always am like looking at a reflection because I feel like I've done a couple roles where I don't have the wolf, or I don't know
Yes.
that I have a wolf, and then
Yes.
throughout, I get it
Yes.
and it comes. And then when it comes, there's always like the little animated wolf, and I'm like, my wolf is back or whatever. But it's so funny because when I'm shooting those scenes, I'm staring at like a spot on the wall, and it's like the sec or like the scripty being like, yes, I am your wolf. And I'm like, but movie magic.
I love that. I love that little behind the scenes because, and then the eyes glow, or,
Mm,
um, so it is, that is such an interesting part of Werewolf Verticals is that you have this second part of you. So instead of a voiceover, it's your wolf, It's
yeah.
just like, it's so kind of fun. I think that's just such a fun little like tangent into the world. Um, and some of them don't you don't get to talk to your wolf, which I think is sad. Like your wolf
I
is a part of
know.
you.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that they make it like a separate entity and it's not
Mhm.
just, it's cool that it's like kind of an outside force too.
Yeah. And it's something you have to balance within your humanity, especially like the alphas. They have to like fight against their wolf sometimes, because their wolf wants their mate. She's my mate. I must, like have her.
Right.
And then he's like, no, we have to like give her time.
The wolf instincts, so funny.
Well, and that is one of the fun things about werewolf verticals is that they're so instinct driven. Like the fated mate kind of whole idea is basically like, this is the one I'm supposed to be with, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck. But then there's something kind of endearing about that too, especially if you have a good green flag fated mate, because there are some without
Totally.
that. But
Yeah,
yeah, but anyway,
absolutely.
I just like that instinct driven idea, is kind of fun about the world too. It's all about the protection and um, and being together no matter what, because that's my person, like that's
Yeah.
just kind of a fun like world to think about. Um, is there any differences on set when you're filming? Like, are things more heightened? Is there like, do they change anything in the background? I mean, you're still obviously filming a vertical, so, but like, is there anything different that happens on set when you're filming that feels different? Like, oh, this is a werewolf
Right.
set.
Totally. I mean, that's such a good question. I just feel like one, the sets are always way different because you kind of have to embody sort of that werewolf vibe versus
Hmm.
like, some of the other ones we shoot in like corporate buildings or normal houses, but we're like, okay, every set is so different. And also, there's always more like action, more stunts, a lot more like outdoor scenes, I would say too, where you're kind of like in the woods or like doing something outside. And the wardrobe too. It's always so fun to be in like fantasy
Yeah.
wardrobe versus, more of
Yeah.
like
I
regular
think, was
clothing.
it, the one with Logan that you guys filmed? See, I always forget the names.
Oh,
Um,
me too. Oh, a wild name. Mated to my Savage Alpha.
that one you were like in a maid's costume the whole time, right? In the beginning and like,
Yeah, I was in
yeah.
kind of like big, kind of flowy,
Hmm.
billowy dresses and headscarves and things like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was very different.
Yeah, that's fun. I could see that. It's like an immersive experience almost, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like moments outside where we're like shooting and it's raining outside and you're like in the like it's just a very different vibe than shooting like a family drama or one of the more corporate
Yeah,
types of
that
shows.
totally makes sense. And I feel like some of the later, like some of the more recent verticals that werewolf verticals that have been made, they're leaning even more into that, where
Yeah.
like the alpha isn't in a suit all day. He's in like a leather jacket. And I think Cayman did that a little bit too. Like they had him, um, in different clothes too. Or we got the fur around the collar. That's my favorite. Like the
Yes.
suit coat with the
Classic.
fur. And then like the wolf pin or like they
Always the wolf pin. They
always
love
the
the wolf
wolf pin.
pin, which
It's
is
some
so
of the
funny because I think Cayman kept his and he like will like wear it
he
sometimes.
should. He is
Yeah,
he is an alpha. I mean, he is the alpha.
exactly.
He is one of the alphas now. He has made his name in the space as
Yeah,
an alpha. And you had to, I mean, that is that's a deep space to be in. So, but yeah, he's carved his name out. And then
absolutely.
so there's the on-set stuff, and I feel like you guys it just must be such a fun adventure to explore all that together as a cast. And I'm glad that they're starting to move away from. So they used to just take a vertical script and then lay over Wolf stuff. So it would be the pack, but he would still be the CEO of a company. So he'd be the alpha CEO, and you've
I
never
love
done
that.
one of those, but
Oh.
yeah, those were like some of the original werewolf verticals that were like, okay, like they're wolves, but he's still running a Fortune 500 company.
Yes. Actually, okay, so I actually did one villain in my vertical lifetime, and it was like a vampire one. I wasn't a vampire, but it was kind of like that where it was about like a fashion company, but for some reason the lead guy was like 500 years old and just happened to be a vampire, and there was really no context behind that, and we thought that was so funny.
I know. So I think they just like, yeah, they just take this standard tropey plot line and
Yeah.
like put in some werewolf lore and put in some. So yeah, so
Yeah.
you've been in those ones that have really leaned into it, which is really fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
in
that's so
the
fun.
faded to my Savage Alpha, that one was really fun. That one kind of got really campy too. Like I loved that your role, you were an orphan and they were
Mhm.
looking for the missing daughter of another alpha who had the exact same name, who had like been gone about the same age, and no one was putting you two together at all.
No. It was it's so funny. We're always like, you have to just be a little not all there
Well,
as the characters.
I really do think they were leaning into that to be funny. Like,
Totally. And
I
honestly, the campier the better. I have so much fun doing the campy ones.
oh, please.
And Vanessa was the villain on that. She was so good, and we all just had so much fun making
Oh
that.
yeah, and they got sent to the dungeon like 4 times in that one, the mean
Oh
girls,
yeah,
and they just never got it. They just never understood. Like it was just like
never.
that
I
one was,
know.
and then in that one too, that one was funny too, because Cayman could never connect that Logan was his son when it was like so obvious. He has alpha blood. No, he doesn't. He's not an alpha. Like it was just like I feel like that one just like really like dove into this like how ridiculous is this? But in such a
Yeah.
loving way. Like it just really did lean into the script like so fun in that way. I loved it. I thought that
Yes,
was
I feel like as the audience, you're like, it's right there. Just
I
like
know.
have one thought and you'll figure it
Just
out.
connect them. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, connect them.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like I do remember the beta, Cayman's beta in that one, like said it. You guys, don't you think they could be the same person? And everyone's like, no, 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 she's an orphan. Of course she's not the same person. Like it
I
just
know, it's
I
so
just
funny.
loved it so much. I thought that was so fun. Okay, but vampire in the Alpha's Den was a pretty different role, right? Because you were a vampire, which
Yeah.
was so cool. What is that? What did you, how did you, I mean, obviously that's a big shift to go from a maid in the beginning, kind of in
Right.
both of them, to a vampire and so strong. Like you were, and then Cayman, I mean, Cayman's role was Thorn. He was like,
Hmm.
he was kind of a little more docile. Like he was a beta, and that
Yeah.
that was a fun switch up to watch.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I remember us talking about that before filming it, being like, these are such different roles for us, because the two that I'd done before, you're kind of starting as like a lowly maid or however they phrase it, and he's like the strong alpha, and then we're kind of going in opposite where I'm already this like powerful mythical creature, and he's the beta of his pack. So we had a lot of fun kind of exploring that and working on that together, and it's always fun to try new things too in vertical land, like different types of characters, different types of roles within the space.
Yeah, and I feel like Viglu did a great job with you guys playing up your strengths. And like for you, you are just a very strong woman, and it comes through in all of your characters. And to let
Thank you
you
so
lean
much.
into that, it was really fun to watch. Like it was so
Thank
fun to
you.
watch that. That was a really interesting, good vertical because of how they kind of flipped the tropes, like Cayman going, who's so huge and so well known in the space as being this growly bear, right? And
Yeah,
going to being submissive and docile and not wanting to be alpha, it's
I
so cool to
know.
watch that. And then you're right, you guys' arcs kind of like cross paths at one point and watching anyway, it was really cool. And then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got to bite
absolutely.
each other at the end.
Oh
That
my
was like
God.
so dramatic. So
That
dramatic.
was the craziest scene to film of all time. Like, thank God it was me and Cayman, and we like were such good friends and had already filmed together because one, it was like it was very hot in that room. And two, I'm like bound on the floor and like crying, and he is like also bound and like has to crawl over to me, and like he's profusely sweating. I'm crying, and unfortunately, like I'm such a snotter when I cry. I'm just gonna say it. Like, if I'm crying, there is snot coming out of my nose, and then we have to like bite each other and go into this kiss. And like they also put our teeth on with Swedish fish, like candy, because they had to come on and off so quickly. So not only is all of this happening, but we're also drooling. So like it was like so much going on, so gross. But we're like,
Like
thank
Swedish
God.
fish, like you're drooling.
Yeah, so I'm like, thank God we know each other. We are so comfortable with each other because I'm like, you're sweating all over me. I'm drooling on your neck, like vampire biting you. Like this is, and then we have to go into a kiss where I'm like snotting, and I was like, I'm so sorry, and
Yours are
we like
like,
had a, it was everything,
and
and
you
then we had
have
like a very honest conversation where we're like, nothing the other person could do will gross each other out. We're just leaning in, and we respect each other, and this is gonna be great. And we got it done.
that is the best story ever. That makes me so happy. Thank you for sharing that. The
Yeah.
Swedish fit thing, that I'm dying. Like that's hilarious. And then I know, was it hard to talk with your vampire fangs in?
Yes. Yeah, I mean they were never in for very long. Like they kind of just flew them in for insert shots and things like that because again they were very temporarily installed and it was really hard to talk with them. But yeah, they couldn't use any of the actual whatever they use adhesive to put them on because they were coming on and off so fast. So our makeup artist used they were like glow in the dark clear Swedish fish and rolled up into balls, and then you stick them on your teeth. But like getting them on and off, like there's like candy stuck to your teeth, and it was wild, but it honestly was very effective. So
Well, yeah, but it also like makes the fang even stick out even more probably. But that is so
yes,
funny
and when
that
you have candy in your mouth, like you're gonna start salivating or drooling. So we got real close on that set if we weren't already. So that's good.
oh my goodness, I love that story so much. And then there
I'm
was
so
like
glad.
then there was like you had to like be in agony because the sun was hitting you, and then he had to he was trying to show that he wasn't in agony when the sun was hitting. Like there was so much at play in that vertical. You know,
So much going on.
like
We had so
so.
much fun on that
Oh,
one.
I'm sure you did. And it was shot. I mean, cinematically, it was beautiful. Like, and I love the house that you guys are in. I remember Cayman, like, or Viglu sharing some of the behind the scenes or something. And I was like, because I'm an interior designer
Oh,
by trade. And so
amazing.
I was like, where are they at? That place looks so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. That was 9 by 16 Productions, and I absolutely loved working for them. And they did so much cool behind the scenes content that they used for promotions, and that was so cool to see. With that house, it was so funny because they had a prop house deliver a coffin that just kind of existed in the living room, which was, in the opening shot. But Cayman and I were also staying at that house, so like we'd go downstairs to the kitchen to get water, and there's just like a coffin in the living room. So. I was like so spooked out by it, but I was like, it's fake, it's a prop.
I
We're just
love
gonna ignore
that.
it.
Did you ever, could you crawl in? Did it open or was it just like, it was just
Yeah,
totally.
it was like a real coffin from a prop house. Yeah, it was wild.
I
I was
love I
not.
love that you guys sleep at the set sometimes. Like that's really fun.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the first time I had done that. But that production company is so wonderful. They like make everyone feel like a big happy family, and it's Cayman and I traveling together, so we always joke like that was like a vacation for us where we just happened to film a project at the same
Is that
time.
is that the one when you went to Missouri? Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. We had
Yeah.
literally a full vacation, so that was great.
Yeah. And like completely out of where you would normally travel to. Like they don't shoot verticals in Missouri, not that I know of. Was there two locations in that one? No. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might have shot in three different locations, but the two primary locations were the two houses. It was the vampire house and then the werewolf
Mhm.
house. And one was in Kansas City and one, well, what, I guess. both were in Kansas City, but like one was on the Missouri side and one was on the Kansas. I don't know. I was trying to figure out how if all of that worked,
You
but
know what? I mean, like, I'm a American Studies major, geography. I loved American. I still don't know how Kansas City works. Like, I still don't get it, you
yeah,
know?
and like half of it is in Kansas, half is in Missouri. So we were like in both. And then we were actually like out pretty far in Missouri
Yeah.
for part of it
Okay,
too.
fun. You know, I
Yeah.
love that. What a fun shoot. Like you've had such a fun, like even though you've that, you know, we're talking about werewolf. I mean, I know you've done much more than that, but like your experience, even though it's still in the same genre, is also different, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've all been really different,
Yeah.
which has been really fun to play with different types of characters within like kind of the same genre.
Do you have a favorite role? Or is that hard for you to choose? I don't know. Some people have I mean, yeah, you know, you said you liked Unwanted Mate, but like is there any like was there one that you loved more than the other?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think out of the four, I think werewolf ones I've done, I think Unwanted it was like my first one, and I just loved that kind of trope, like that, like enemies to lovers, like we're like bickering, we're fighting. I love those kinds of
Yes.
scenes. But then I also did really love the vampire one as well. Just it was a very different type of character. She was very strong, and anytime I
Mhm.
get to play a very like strong character in Vertical Land, I'm very happy. So
Well,
that was a
and
really
we are
good
very
experience.
happy that you play it because you do a great job at it, and we really like to see that. I remember at one point you and the villain were in like your bedroom and you were like just taking her down, and I was like, "Go, girl!" I was just so
Oh my
happy.
gosh, and Luna, she's amazing. Yeah, that
hmm
was also a great cast. Honestly,
hmm
I've gotten so lucky. All
Well,
of these
and
casts have been
then
wonderful.
the two Elphas in Love with Me. I've never watched that one, and I'm really sad that I haven't yet. But that was with Seth, and
Yes.
who else was in that one?
It was like a New York cast,
Oh,
which was so, they were all so lovely and fun. That was my first time traveling for a vertical, and it was
okay.
really, I lived in New York for 4 or 5 years, so it was really cool to go back to shoot a project there. I was it warmed my heart for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna commit. I'm watching it. And you liked that. That one was fun to do too. Just being in New York, I'm sure, just made it so much more of an
Yeah,
adventure.
that one was wild. I'll say that's probably the most like intense werewolf plot I've done. But I really like the arc of the character, and it was definitely a wild one to film. We were all over. We shot in New Jersey, we shot in upstate New York, we shot in Queens, and we had a lot of outdoor scenes, and it was like pretty chilly. So
Oh,
it was a journey. We definitely bonded on that one for
I'm
sure. Just
sure. Yeah, it
yeah,
sounds like it. Yeah. And I'm sure playing with Seth was kind of fun, just a totally different person.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, he's so fun. So that one's on Real Short. I'll have to watch that one. I have this list and it is so long and I try to make it through, but then all these new verticals keep coming up
I
all the
know.
time.
I don't know how you all keep up with them. There's so many that come
We
out.
don't. We don't keep
Yeah,
up. That's the answer.
that makes sense. It's a lot.
Every once in a while I'll have a day where I'll just watch like four of them, you know, and just to like check back in because I've gotten so busy with like doing my Instagram site and doing
Yeah.
other things behind the scenes that it's been harder and harder to keep current. But I still
I
love
know.
them.
Booked and busy. I love everything you have
I
going
know.
on.
Yeah. Do you like to watch your verticals?
The face, I mean. Um, I feel like I'm of the actor that does not love watching themselves. I will do it occasionally for learning purposes to be like,
hmm
okay, what's working? What can we improve on? Because I mean, one of my favorite things about being an actor is like there's no ceiling. Like you are always growing and learning and having new experiences. So it's really nice to check in every now and then and be like, okay, where are we at? What's working? Let's recalibrate. But I wouldn't say I'm like, whew, time to watch myself. Like, not my favorite.
Yeah. Let me sit down and see how I did. Self-critique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone loves that. That's my favorite thing too. I love like analyzing how I
right.
can change and be different.
And like
Thank you.
we are not meant to witness ourselves existing in HD. It is so strange. I'm like, oh, is that an alien on my? No, that's me. Like you're just not like you're not used to seeing yourself in that way. So it's a weird experience for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that is very fascinating. And then to see yourself in a different character too. You're like, wait, that's like I know Cayman has said that he doesn't mind watching himself. Like he just sees himself as a completely different person. But yeah, I
Yeah.
could see it being really hard. Like that's not a comfortable place I'd want to be either, you know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, some actors are totally fine with it. I'm definitely just one that's like, I will if I have to and to check in, but
it's
for
almost like
work, I'm
you would
busy.
want someone to like, so if I were an actor, I'd want to be like, okay, watch all my verticals, make me a highlight reel, but
Yeah,
not just like bad, not just all the good stuff, but like show me where I could improve. I don't want to watch it all myself, but like you digest it all for me and then
right,
we'll talk. You know, I think that I
right,
would feel comfortable with that if there was like a third party involved and I could like get constructive feedback, not just what's in my brain, but
totally.
like, yeah, I think I could see myself being comfortable with that. But
Yeah, because that's kind of what like an acting class is, you know. You go and you get notes and critiques, and sometimes you're making self-tapes and teachers are reviewing them and kind of helping you point those things out. So yeah, that would be great.
yeah, that I think that'd be fascinating to have some, but yeah, I think I'd have a tough time. I just know even just doing interviews when I go back and watch and I edit, I'm like, oh my goodness. I just like cringe at myself because I like interrupt too much and I'm constantly like I'm so like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Like I just like I want everyone to know that I'm so happy to listen to you guys and to hear you
Oh my
speak and share
God.
with me. And like I don't just want to sit there like I just like anyway, so I get
No, I
too
mean, I really think we're our own worst critics. But and that we're just not meant to see ourselves in HD existing. That
I
I
mean,
feel that.
they didn't even have mirrors for so long. Like people didn't even know what they looked like.
Right,
For
right,
so
exactly.
like for so much of humanity doesn't even like know what they
Yeah.
looked like.
And now we're in an age where we are constantly in front of cameras or on social media, and it's definitely a new thing to get used to.
Like every moment of my kids' lives, not every moment, but has been recorded in some way or another. I mean, just compared to when I was a child, like in the 80s. I mean, my mom,
Right.
we had the little camera with the little flash cubes on top, and like
Yes.
I just like it's such a different it's such a different world now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. But you always look beautiful and you're
You're
just
so kind.
absolutely wonderful. And
Oh, thank
what
you.
is coming up? Is anything coming up that you're really excited about that you want like the fans to like hear about that's going to drop
Ooh.
soon
Oh my
that you
gosh.
can share?
Well, yeah, I mean honestly the project that I just wrapped, I'm super excited about. I think that'll still be like a little ways out, a month or
Yeah.
two out. But Shay and I had so much fun on that and Emily Rose was on that too and it was just such I love her. It was like a dream cast. Like sometimes the stars aligned and just
Yeah.
everybody gets along so well and we have so much fun and I think that just always translates to a good project. So I think we're all really excited about that one coming out.
Good. Oh, good. And what platform? Do you know what platform it's going to be on? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, that one will be Drama Box again.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, but again, we literally
Yay.
just wrapped that one last week, so it'll probably be at least a month or two before we
Isn't
see
that so
anything from
crazy
that.
though? I mean, at least a month or two in Hollywood standards is bonkers that's post-production.
Wild. I mean, a movie's sometimes it's a year or 2 years, you know?
I know. I
It's
know.
wild.
I know. Anyway, that's exciting. Well, is there anything else that's come out really recently? I mean, we know we had the one with Cayman and you
Yeah,
guys
the
were
one
in
with
that one was
Cayman.
so funny. And then you had one with Mark Pontarelli
Hmm.
and so you've had a couple that have come out recently that have been pretty fun.
Yeah. I did another one with Dreamy, short.
Dreamy, yeah.
I never know if it's Dream or Dreamy, so sorry if anyone from that platform is listening. We love you.
Yay.
But
Actually, I do really love Dreamy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they have some great stuff. I did one with Ben Taylor recently for that platform. I never worked with that platform before, but it was like a kind of like very sad vertical, which was fun and different. So that should be coming out soon. So that should be fun.
Ben is fun. Ben is great.
Very sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye if that's okay. Do you have
Yes.
anything else to add? I mean, I feel like we hit the Swedish fish thing and I was like, this is the best moment in all of Werewolf Week for me right now. Learning that you guys,
We're drooling on each other. I'm so glad you enjoyed that story. It cracks us up to this day for
I
sure.
bet. I think next time I come to LA, I will bring you Swedish glow in the dark Swedish fish as
Yeah,
a.
they're good. They are watermelon flavor and they're very pleasant. So
You were
highly
like, can I
recommend.
get it? I need to put my teeth in again. Teeth in again, please.
Yeah, I'm like, and maybe an extra one on the side.
Yeah. I love that so
But
much.
no, it was so nice chatting. So happy to be part of Werewolf Week. This is so
Yes.
fun.
I
And
know. I get kind of campy with my weeks. If you ever do a Mafia one, I'll have
yeah,
Mafia one. I'll have
I have
Mafia week.
yet to do a Mafia one, but
Mafia is
if that
fun.
happens, I'll let you
You
know
would
for
be
sure.
a kick-ass Donna. You would be so good as a
Oh
Donna.
my
Oh,
gosh.
I'm sorry, give you a gun. I don't mean to say that in like a, but
No,
put you in that
I'm ready for
position
it.
where you're manipulating the Don and all of his men and you're out there like, teach me how to shoot so I can fit into this, like, oh,
Yeah. No, I'm here for it. I love
that
that.
would be
We love a
so
strong
fun.
lady role. So
I
yeah.
know. We love you in a strong lady role. Strong lady. Okay. Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much,
much.
Erin.
Okay, talk soon.